Good morning. So Dell this morning told me he's been playing at times on his breaks or at lunch, been playing a little big country time sports race, a rally. And those who don't know, Dell's got a pretty remarkable rally game himself. I have yet to play it. I've read through it, of course, proofread it. And he's got a sprint game, which is a free, simple version. And then he's got a full rally game, and then he has a career expansion. So it's going to be, it's a pretty significant rally racing game. Okay, and so I will hopefully this weekend get around to actually enjoying it, but I just have not had time. But with this question, Dell has sparked me to say, well, let's take a look at my rally game. And but Dell had a question about time. Some of the charts don't tell you how much time was elapsed, and that means that your team has successfully navigated the charts, maybe even suffered something, but your team actually scores the best. So you can have the best stage, even though you might be battling damage to the vehicle, right? Okay. So to answer Dale's question, if no timing number is listed, then your team literally is setting the pace, right? So you see zero as leading the race if you have a zero. Okay, so let's go ahead and just for the heck of it, let's make a team. So let's be Dell and I's team. Let's see here. Let's see. What is the name of our team going to be? Candlelight Racing. For those who don't know, Dell is my friend and business partner at Candlelight Games. We're going to be Candlelight Racing. Right, driver. Let's see here, driver. Let's see, odd it's Dell, even it's me. Even it's me, so it's going to be Graham in the driver's seat. And that means my co-driver or my navigator. Of course, I always consider co-drivers as navigators in rally, but you can use whatever terminology you want. Navigator for Dell. Okay, we got to roll this up too. So we got to create our team. Let's go back. All right, so what is my rating as a driver? 4, not bad. 1 plus, that's good. That plus is going to help us avoid some problems. And Dell, Mr. Branham, Graham and Branham, right? And Mr. Dell is a 3. He's a 1. That'll be good. No plus there. Dell wanted to drive, so he's pouting a little bit. And then, of course, we have to roll for our car, our mechanic. We're going to make that, let's say that's Dell Branham, and we'll make Jory his son, Jory Branham. The mechanic, what kind of mechanic is Jory? Oh, Jory, well, Jory is maybe not his MO, but he's willing to help Dad out with the racing team. And then our car. Okay, our car, let's see here. What kind of car do we have? 2, damn, and we're in a jalopy. Okay, it's a 0. So I'm a Ford guy. If it comes to American automobiles, I would be a Ford guy. Well, I'd be a Jeep guy, which is not an American automobile any longer, but I would be a Ford man. And when I see a 0 plus, we got to be in a Chevy, because I'm not a Chevy man. So yeah, we're in a jalopy, an old Chevy. I don't know what, some kind of Chevy, right? Ford Focus would be ideal for. The old Ford Focus would be ideal for rally, but we'll be in the Chevy, whatever the hell they made, if they made anything comparable. Okay, so then we have to add up grades, right? So we have 1, 2, 3.5. So we're 3.5. Our team is a D. So we are a team grade of D. Whoo! So Candlelight Racing in our rookie year. We are rookies. This is our first year in the rally, and there you have it. Graham, I'm actually the highest rated on the team, so I guess I must have won the arm wrestling contest to get the driver's seat. Dell begrudgingly will be the navigator. His son says, well, yeah, Dad, for since I'm cheap, I'll help you as a mechanic. But that plus, here's the irony, he's a 0, but that plus really does help our car. It's huge. The plus ratings are huge in all my games, but certainly in rally. So it's very simple. We have a team grade now of D. And we're going to be racing here. So first off, we're going to come over here. Let's go ahead and do Bayside, because it's the shortest. This will be a kind of a tutorial. Number one, I haven't played enough of this. I absolutely love this when I finished it. But it's also, and I don't get a lot of questions on it, so I assume people just aren't playing it, or that they're satisfied with whatever experience they're having. but Bayside Rally. So we're at Bayside. The first is going to be 2B, so we're going to be, stage 1 is B, or I should say it's 2 stages. Stage 1 is B, and then we have our repair break, and then we're going to have stage, let's see here, oh no, I'm sorry, this is, yeah, stage 2, and this will be CD. So we only have one chance between stages. So technically there's stage 1, stage 2, a repair break, stage 3, stage 4. So this is 1 and 2. This is 3 and 4. So here's the problem. We got to be careful because in stage 1 we could suffer a damage. In stage 2 a second piece of damage. That's it. Race is over for us. So that's how precarious. So stage 1, we're going to be looking at our D versus the chart D. So we're going to be racing on D for stage 1. And we got to check to see if there's any pre-stage penalties. 5, yes, there's poor weather, +2. So poor weather. So I don't know if Dell's doing this. It's one of those things, if you're not paying attention, you skip right over it, but it's kind of important. So we get up bright and early in the morning, and it is poor weather. It's a deluge and fog on Bayside. And now here we go, folks. This is stage 1 of this event. And here we go. Let's roll. We're looking at the D charts for stage 1. We are going to get 1. Wow. So we have a killer time. So our time for stage 1 is 2 for the bad weather, a 1. So 3, we might be leading this rally, right? So let's go ahead and go back now and get all of our opponents. Let's just do 4 cars. Gordon Rally is an A. So Gordon, we're going to do Gordon. So this is us. This will be Candlelight Games Racing. And then we got Gordon Rally Team, and they're an A. So Gordon Rally on B. So Gordon Rally, Gordon Rally on B. So A on B is B. So Gordon Rally will be racing stage 1 on B. And we're going to use quick play for them. And their time is 2. Shit, so they're beating us right now. Gordon Rally's time. Pretty simple, right? 2. Let's see our next car. I'm just going to go with the cars in order. Silverleaf Racing Team. They are an F on B. They're going to be an F. Let's see what they do on the Fast Sim. Actually, they might be worse. I can't just assume they're an F. They're an F on a B. They are F. They are an F. And I rolled a 2. They're getting 4. Oh, wait. I forgot to add the poor weather. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So we are leading right now. Gordon with the weather is 4. Sorry. Forgot to add weather to the enemy. Okay, so I'm sorry. So Gordon Racing's actually at 4 minutes. Or so we would be at like 3, setting the pace for 3. 2 for F is going to be 3 plus 2, 5. So Silverleaf is at 5. Okay, and let's go back here. Silverleaf, Eversol Racing. They are a B. B on B is going to be a C, I believe. B on B. No, they're a B. Damn. Stage 1. 5. Holy cow, they're going to go for 4. Oh, wait, whoops. 4 plus 2 for weather. They're at a 6, so we're right in order. 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's kind of funny. And we got 4 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's all 4 cars in this kind of rookie event, right? This is our exhibition, rookie exhibition, as we break in our car. So that's it. Stage 1 is over, and Candlelight leads with a 3 pace. GRT would be a minute off our pace. Silverleaf is 2 minutes off our pace, and ERT is 3 minutes off the pace, right? Again, whatever the pace is, say it took us 14 minutes to run this plus 3, it took us 17 minutes, took them 18, right? You see what I'm saying, right? Okay, so there it is, stage 1. And again, nobody suffered damage. Now, in theirs, we don't have to worry about them suffering damage. They just roll a DNF if things go bad for them. So there's only one car in this group of 4 that could suffer a DNF, and us, right? But fortunately, we did not suffer any damage. So stage 2, we go right into stage 2 as there is no break for repair, and they're also a B, so this is a D stage for us again. Candlelight Racing Team, and here we go. See what I can do here. We are looking at the D chart, and there's a chance we could have a bad run or an event. Nope, we're going to get 1 again. 1 plus the weather's still bad too. Actually, sorry, pre-stage, we got to check the weather. Let's check the weather. 1, there is none, so it's clear. The weather has cleared, and we rolled a 1. Folks, my gosh, so we are now at total of 4. GRT is going to be B again, so, and they roll a 3. They're looking at 3, so they're, again, 3 and 4. They're at 7. Silverleaf Racing Team, they're at F6. They're going to DNF. So they DNF with a crash or failure, car failure, doesn't matter. We could check with the like their driver rating just for the hell of it. Let's see what happens. CLF. Silverleaf's driver rating is a 0. So we come over here and we roll 3, tire blowout. Maybe that leads to another damage. So they had a tire blowout. And then they had suspension damage, and that was too much. So it'd be failure, car failure, or car breakdown. You can just invent your own, but they DNF. So already we've got the only team that could fail is out of the race. ERT rolling B. 4, they're going to have 3 minutes added to their 6. They're at 9. We're winning by a total of 3 minutes. So now we would go into our repair break. And again, we don't have any damage, so we're just going to go into the next day, stage 3, or later in the afternoon, stage 3. What's the pre? Let's see here, and it's going to be 2. It's going to be clear, so clear. And here we are, Candlelight Racing goes first, and we're looking at, so stage 2 is C. So again, we're a D on C. We're going to be a D for this as well. Dang it. And here we go. We're going to roll 4. That's going to be a 4-minute segment. So our time now, total for the rally, we don't have to worry about repair time, is 8. I think we're going to find a way to win this exhibition rally. GRT is looking at, they're an A on C. They're an A, so ooh, they got a chance to do well here. If they roll a 1, they're really doing well. 3, they're going to score 1 plus. Okay, so we got to look at the navigator. Is the navigator for this team a plus? This is Gordon Rowley. Gordon Rowley's navigator is 1 plus. That means he reduces his time. They were 1. Reduce the time, 0. So Gordon Rowley is now winning. Gordon Rowley's time, as they got 7, is 7. They're now ahead of us by 1 minute. Gordon Rowley has stolen the top spot. Next is ERT as Silverleaf is out. ERT, again, that's Eversol. They are a B on C. B on C is B, so they're rolling B for this one. And 4, they're going to score 3, plus they had 9, so they're at 12. And we are second in this rally. And now we're going to go into stage 4, the final stage. And let's find out what, again, afternoon, right? You get through, everybody finishes 1. It's going to be good, clear weather. So the morning started in poor weather and fog. It cleared up in mid-morning, and then the afternoon and evening, it is clear. And here we go, Candlelight Racing Team. Again, we are looking at D on D. C, so we're going to be a C for this stage. We have to do well here. We want to roll low. 5. 5 is 4 more minutes, so we're at 12 minutes above the pace, whatever that might be. Say it's, you know, an hour, 3 hours, 6 hours, who knows. And then we got to do GRT. GRT is going to be A on D is going to be A, I'm sure. Yep. So I think GRT is going to win this. They're looking at A. 6. No, they have a bad time. 4 7 and 4 is 11. We're still going to lose by 1. And ERT, they are a C on D. I think they're a C. Double check. ERT is a B on C. Or D. B on D is A. Oh, damn. ERT. They're looking at the A chart. 6. Nope, they have 4. They have a rough go. 16. And there it is, folks. We are going to be second. So this rally will end Bayside. Rally number 1 on the season will be Gordon Gordon is first with 11 plus 11 minutes over whatever the time is. So let's say it took 4 hours to run this rally. They would be 4 hours and 11 minutes, right? And then here we go, Candlelight. We'd be second in this rally at plus 12, so it was close. We were hot on their heels over the course of a full day's racing. And last is Eversol. Eversol finishes third. Again, there were only 4 cars in the race. They were plus 16, so it was a good run, 16 minutes. And then unfortunately, Silverleaf did not finish, and they were out. Silverleaf was actually, after the first stage, was actually third. Then they DNF, and that's it. They're out. And Goldleaf, with a better car, and of course that Navigator of a plus, saved them to the point they actually did not add any time between. So 7 would mean that didn't cost them any time. It just means their pace didn't drop at all. So you're just looking at this as plus 11 over the base. So let's say, again, some of these would go over days. For instance, you know, something like, find the damn rallies here. I'm in the soccer game. Hold on. Where's my rally? There they are. So like this might be days. Like Jefferson with 8 might be over 2 days. So you got day 1 is the morning and the afternoon, and then the second day you're going to have morning and afternoon, right? So some of these you could break into days, right? Literally Bayside, it could be stage 1 on day 1 and stage 2 on day 2, whatever you want. But I'm seeing this as morning, afternoon, and evening. So Bayside took an entire day. Again, it depends on the mileage, how long, and how. So, right, there would be kind of a pacing. So not bad. We took second in our first rally debut, exhibition rally debut for Candlelight Rally. And there we go. And fortunately, I kept the car in good shape. Dell, of course, did not have to affect play. Again, Dell's doesn't have a plus, so he'll never affect play live. He only affects play as giving our team a grade. So the value, so Dell gives us helps us stay out of the F category, but won't actually affect us on the charts. But his son, Jorian, as our mechanic and our car, could save us on damage checks. I can save us on time checks. So we do have 3 pluses out of 4. That's huge. This is a team that's got basically good luck at getting things done. We're efficient, although we're not very skilled. So you can see I'm an all-right driver, but I have enough skill to avoid tearing up the car. Dell is as skilled as I as a navigator, but he doesn't give me enough good tips to help me buy time. But he does, of course, as a team, keep us out of the F. And then Jorian could have a great mechanical check at some point to reduce time, and our car itself can avoid damage. So we might be in an old beat-up Chevy that's a 0. It's not a very good car with a great engine. That's why we're a D, but that car is pretty durable. That's what that tells us, right? So that's how these things work. It's, again, I'm a big fan of abstraction. I like people to make sense. What does this Chevy 0 plus mean? Well, it's up to you. You decide. Does that mean the car is an old jalopy, but it's built like a tank? Does that mean it's, you know what I mean? It's abstract. You bring the details to this stuff, right? And don't let all the heavy lifting, don't let games that you play do all the heavy lifting for you. The whole goal is to get some imagination into what this stuff means. So yeah, I mean, there are guys out there that will over-detail their games, and they call that a simulator. And then, again, for those who lack imagination or don't want to guess what that might mean, they'll be happy playing those games. I create games where we leave it wide open for you to make interpretation for the narrative, right? What it comes right down to is we're rolling to find out how these teams are faring. And right now in the season, Gordon would be winning this. Again, this was an exhibition rally, 4 cars invited, as we were all rookies maybe. And Gordon, of course, being the best, one of the best teams in the game, wins it by a minute, which is pretty cool. And again, I could have rolled Gordon separately like me. Matter of fact, if you want the games to be more intense, roll every team on the full sim charts. But the goal was to have a fast sim chart so you could play with big fields of cards, 16, 20, 40 cards, and you just quickly roll their results for those other 40, right? Remember, you're always going to have some administrative, because you got to figure out what that team. So if you have 40 cars per stage, you're going to be factoring every team's race grade against that stage and then rolling. So it takes time, but if you've watched Paul's YouTube channel, when he plays my racing games, he's using Excel and he's automated all of that information, so he can play big racing. Racing groups, because he just clicks a button and it rolls the dice and gives the result. So Paul has automated with Excel a lot of my racing games. Paul's automated, and so it's very cool. So he can have huge fields of cards because he's just hitting a button and it rolls the dice, and he puts in the score, or it populates the box with a score, or he may put in the score. I can't remember how Paul does them all. But if you're going to do this, again, the game is designed. Why are we called candlelight games? Because when the power goes out, if you have a candle and you have some dice and some paper, you don't need power, baby. It's old school. You don't have to sit in the dark. You can enjoy our games, right? The goal of candlelight games is to harken back to a time before everything was computerized, everything was digital, everything is automated, right? And the goal is to make it, my games were, hey, infinite careers, make your own leagues, own teams, own players, and oh, by the way, all you need is to break out your Monopoly die and get some paper and pencils, and you're off to the races. So, but there you go. We didn't get that question answered. So I answered it when I started. Dell asked, some of the charts don't have a time on them. That means that car can navigate safely through the charts without adding time, even though you might suffer damage to the car. So for instance, the example I gave him in my response email, Dale said, what happens if there's no number? Well, it's very simple. Let's say I rolled an event on mine. Let's say on my chart I rolled an event, and then I rolled my driver rating, and I rolled axle damage plus, right? So that would mean that any car with a plus rating would ignore the damage. So wouldn't have to worry about it. Our Chevy would take the damage because it's a plus rated damage. So our Chevy actually survives the ding, no damage. But then you go, how much do we score? It was no points here, no points here. That means we would have navigated through that entire stage and scored 0. We would have scored the fastest time, even though our vehicle might be broken up and might be damaged. So you could suffer damage and your vehicle still score well, because you're going to have to survive the next segment with no damage. Because remember, if you get 2 damaged parts, that's it. Your car is out of the race. So we're not even worried about time really at that point. But also, your car can avoid damage totally by being a plus vehicle. Okay. Meanwhile, between stages, let's say we had that damaged part, we cannot risk suffering another damaged part or we're out. Race is over for us. We have to put Jorian to work, and Jorian would make a roll here, and that's how much time it would be added. So I could score 0 on the axle. Jorian, though, could, let's say, roll repaired +3. So we would end up with a 0 during the stage, but 3 added onto our stage time, because Jorian, he got it fixed, but unfortunately it cost us 3 time over, right, for him to get that repaired. So that would go to that rally time, right? So I would put in here 0 + 3, or I would put it on the repair. We might get a +3, and then I would add 3 to us coming out for the next stage, right? So that's how that works for those who are curious. So if there is not a number allocated to a result, then that means your team, even if your car is coming down the stretch with a windscreen damage, you can still finish at the top of that stage. You've just got a cracked windshield now. And here's the thing, you can race as many stages as you want with that brake, but if you get one more damage, you're out, right? So that would mean wear and tear on the car as a whole, right? So you would want to fix that damaged windscreen between, because you're risking another damage. You would roll whatever your mechanic's roll is and see what time is added to repair those things, right? And there you have it, right? So it's meant to still be kind of fast and abstract. But that answered the question. You're not just tallying time. If you manage to navigate through the charts and there's been no number listed, then you've managed to navigate through and you were the fastest, or you could potentially be tied with other racers at the fastest time. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.